According to a new report from Realtor.com, home prices saw a surprising uptick in price-reduced homes from August to September amid ongoing affordability concerns. Let's bring in Danielle Hale, Realtor.com chief economist, to discuss. Danielle, tell me there is some good news on the horizon.
Yeah, there is some good news on the horizon. I mean, as Danny was just talking about, the uptick in newly listed homes, we saw that in our data in August. I'm going to temper that good news a little bit, which is to say it seems to be a short-lived August phenomenon. In today's data out on September, we saw that new listings trend kind of returned to its normal pattern. So we're still not seeing enough sellers in the market. But there is some good news for buyers, which is in the midst of what is a very challenging housing market environment. This week, from October 1st to October 7th, is the best time to buy. So even though these big macro conditions are challenging, mortgage rates are high, home prices are high, if you look throughout the calendar year and you need to make a move now, this week gives you the best sort of combination of still available housing inventory with slower prices, somewhat more price reductions from sellers who are motivated, who want to sell before the end of the year, before the housing market really slows down for the winter. And so that's really creating a bit of a break amid a challenging situation for potential buyers.
So it sounds like a lot of this is more about seasonality versus, sellers just sort of pricing to be competitive as was just seeing house prices go down. So then in terms of a light at the end of the tunnel here, what is motivating sellers beyond some of these seasonal changes? Is it the pinch of inflation or baby boomers downsizing? What are some of the demographics here?
Yeah, so looking at best time to buy is really all about seasonality because that's very predictable in the housing market. The thing that has become abundantly clear is very difficult to predict is these mortgage rate trends and like these broader macroeconomic trends. We're seeing mortgage rates reach new highs when most forecasts heading into 2023 expected that we'd be past the peak of mortgage rates at this point and seeing them start to decline towards the end of the year. So taking advantage of these seasonal trends, which are much more predictable, I think is something that buyers can keep in mind. When we think about what's motivating sellers, we identified two potential causes of that temporary, or what has shown to be somewhat of a temporary uptick in August. And that was that, potential sellers were looking at the mortgage rate trends, seeing the mortgage rates start to increase in September and kind of thinking, well, I've been waiting, maybe I should jump into the housing market before mortgage rates go even higher and buying conditions kind of deteriorate further for buyers. So that was one potential driver. The other is that people are just acclimating to this higher rate environment. And so if they put off plans waiting for mortgage rates to fall, maybe they decided it's not time to wait any longer. I just need to move ahead and I'm just going to have to deal with the current mortgage environment as it is. And so I think it's a little bit of both factors. It might be more of the temporary thing, which explains the 1 month uptick. And now we're sort of going back to what was the previous trend. But I think as we see time progress, more and more homeowners will acclimate to these higher rates and just set their expectations accordingly and move ahead with what they need to do in the housing market.